Yo, check it out, guys. That's the facts. Check out my banner too. I like this. I like this shit. Follow me on this, okay? Because it's true. I do. I want to live in Trump's America as opposed to Biden's America or Bernie's America. That's all I'm saying. You want to give me my own fucking America where I can just live and be left the fuck alone? Cool. I'm in. I'm in. But if you don't, you don't. You didn't. So that's fine. However, excuse me, dying, choking and dying, choking and dying. I'm gonna send that to Drew and make him share it. Because fuck it. I always like to see whoever shares, because that's the fact is I do this, but not everyone shares, Not everyone shares it, and good friends, friends of mine, people I know. No, don't even share it. And the fact is, I'm just trying to get this truth out there. It didn't work. I think a lot of us can agree it just didn't work. America failed. Now, we all believe our America didn't fail, which in our minds it didn't. But follow me on this. America as a whole, all of us getting along. And again, it's not about race. It's not about religion. There's people on the left and the right who could care less what your religion, okay, so here's the thing. There's a lot of people, and this is where I get thrown off. This is what Numerica is. When I say Trump's Numerica, I'm talking about real in the sense of the real Numerica is pro-choice. Yes, there's probably a lot of people who'd rather everyone has their baby. No one's going to protest outside of abortion clinics, though. You go to a doctor and you live your life. In Numerica, whatever your gender identification, race, or whatever. Now, here's the thing, though. But sports are co-ed. So it doesn't matter if you were born a man or a woman. The best sports are co-ed in Numerica. See, that's what I'm saying. There's no extra points for being a Jewish black woman because there's nothing against you in Numerica. That's the point. We just wanted to, and this is the thing. Yeah, we need the good old boys, and we need the what do they call them? The country boys. The white, the black, the rednecks that are white and black and Asian and boys that are, we don't want any supremacy. We don't want any pure matter. We don't want any one side. But we need the people who can hunt and protect and do all this stuff that aren't pieces of shit of all races and genders. The good old girls, the good old people, let me say. We need the good old people and the redneck people that aren't supremacists, that don't have a problem with anyone, that are fine with everyone living their lives. You see, we also need the fashionistas, and we need the inventors, and we need all these people in Numerica. But the thing is, everyone who comes to Numerica is coming to live their own life. Here's what I was explaining to someone today. People always say that, like, hey, look, I don't care what someone does, They want to be straight and marry men or marry women, of the opposite sex. That's their choice. Just do it over there. Or I don't care what someone does. They want to be gay and have sex with the same sex. That's fine. Just do it over there. And I say, no, do it where you want. I mean, don't do it in front of my kids, either of you, either couple. But do it where you want. Go where you want. Like, be in love. It's okay. And you don't have to do it over there. And we don't have to stay away from each other. We can high five and say hi and everything else and be friends and play canasta. And that's the thing. And in America, that's what it's about. Different together, but not forcing anything on anyone. Everyone just gets to live their own life. And that's what doesn't happen anymore. And that's why America's failed. America's failed because we don't get to live our own lives anymore. We don't get to live fear-free. We're all in fear. We're all in fear of something. We're all freaked out about something. We're all stressed out about something, man. And people need to wake up to this. Yeah, of course there's voter fraud. It's insane. If you don't get that there's voter fraud, then you don't. I don't know. Who am I to say there is? You know what I'm saying? like people always say, well, if you don't understand there's voter fraud, then you're a moron. If you don't get that there's no voter fraud, then you're a jackass. No, you just have a different way of seeing it. But this is the point I'm making. We are too divided. So again, like I say, I want to live in Trump's America because that's who's president right now and should be president, whatever. The people who want Biden, like even if you're not really for Biden, but you're a Democrat, then go live in that America. And let's give Bernie's people Greenland and all move forward. Because again, America failed. We literally have such incredible voter fraud. There's dead people voting. I mean, there's certain things going on that are just not okay. I get that a lot of people are making shit up on the right. And that's what I'm saying. But there's certain things that are going on that just aren't okay. And they're not acceptable. And you can't pretend they're not happening. They're happening. They're happening nonstop. And to pretend they're not happening is insane. You have to look at the fact that never before has the votes taken this long to count. And they're right. It doesn't make sense that everywhere else in the world we can count more votes than this, but here we can't. It doesn't make sense. Certain things don't make sense. And so if I can not just, that's the thing, is trying to implore people to look at that for a minute is insane because they won't. And trying to get people to understand anything is insane because no one does. I don't get you, you don't get me. And that's why I'm saying it's time to break. Now, I do want to talk about this real quick because this is a huge point. You didn't hear shit about him. The guy was murdered by a cop. No gold casket, no parade, no anything. By the way, I checked it. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he was also a Trump supporter. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure, though, from what I understand, is he supported Trump. But the fact is, he did nothing wrong in his life. He wasn't on parole. He wasn't an ex-junkie. He didn't have a record. He was a hero in the town. He was a great guy, great-looking guy. Seemed like a wonderful human being. And he was murdered being a good Samaritan. And he was murdered because he was big and black. And that's true. That's the fact. But why haven't we spoken about him? I believe it's Christopher Rodriguez. God damn it, I'm trying to remember. That is so pathetic. I can't remember his name. That's horrible. I've got to look it up because that's not okay. It's not okay for his name to be forgotten. You know, say his name, say their names, say his black man who was shot breaking up a domestic disturbance. Jonathan Price, sorry. Is that it? Let me see. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah. I mean, see, there's not a bad, I mean, look at this guy. There's not a bad picture of him. They didn't have to remove anything. I mean, seriously. Not like he's not tatted. This is the most hardcore picture I've seen of him. And in no way does he look hardcore. He looks like any picture I took. Not a tat on him, not nothing. Yeah. So, but why aren't we hearing about Jonathan Price? Why isn't anyone spoken? Why wasn't everyone involved about Jonathan Price's? I don't care if the cop was arrested and everything else. This man was murdered. And yeah, it was handled properly by the police. No, It was handled like the guy was brought in a murder. I don't know what's gone on since. The story's just gone away though. No gold casket, no money to the family, no big GoFundMe, none of that shit. I'm still walking around Hollywood Boulevard and I'm seeing so many poor, hungry black people, LeBron. Why don't their lives matter? Why haven't you come over to Hollywood, LeBron, Magic, any of you guys, and shown that black lives do matter? Sweep them up. Do you know that that Israel, when Israel found out that there were Ethiopian Jews in Ethiopia starving, like a village of Jews in Ethiopia in trouble, they went and swooped up the fucking village and brought it to Israel. That's what you do. Those are your peeps. LeBron James, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, all you guys, why haven't you bought housing all up and down and around LA and just given it to all these black people and created youth housing to no end? I mean, why are there any young black men and women on the streets? There shouldn't be. There's enough money out there. There's enough money out there for them not to be on the streets, but why are they? Israel again went to Ethiopia and swooped up every black Jew there was there and brought them to Israel that wanted to go. He gave them housing, gave them everything. And you know what? Yeah, there were some Israeli people who treated them shitty. Those people are called dickholes. They exist everywhere in the world. They come in every color. The majority of the Israeli people were wonderful to them. And the fact is, Israel itself went over there and swooped them up and saved them from starvation. So why don't Oprah and Gail and all these fucking people, because Gail is Oprah's girlfriend. I mean, let's be real. So why don't Gail, Oprah and her girlfriend, why don't all of them swoop up? I'd be fine with it. I'd be thrilled. Fuck every white person, an Asian person, an Arabic person on the streets. Who cares? Because if you literally took all the black people off the streets, then you just have now provided so much more services for everyone who's on the streets. And then let each race jump in and save their people. And then pretty soon, the only people that are going to be on the streets are the people who want to be on the streets, that want to live homeless. And that's their choice too. And they should have that right too. If it's a few of them, not if it's thousands and thousands and they don't want to be. So the fact is, why don't you set precedents? Oprah Winfrey, why don't you guys set precedents? Dr. Dre, Snoop, all you frauds, all you liars, all you wish you were anything like Nipsey Hussle motherfuckers. Why don't you set precedent and go swoop up all the homeless black people that want to be swooped up and helped and provide housing for them? Who cares if they're doing drugs? Who cares? Whatever. Give them housing. Take them somewhere where they can live free of the police and this and that in an environment. Create an entire town just for them to go have houses and stuff. Give them the best opportunity to succeed. Do it. But you won't. But Israel did for their people. Some people do for their people. I don't see a lot of Asian people on the streets really. So just something to think about, you know. More and more we do, of course, but back in the day you didn't really see them. So stop talking about Black Lives Matter when you're not helping the black lives that need help. And the black lives that need help are on the streets. And they're youth, and they're the old. And any 40 and over black person has the right to claim affected by racism. Any 40 and younger is a twat. 40 and over, you have every right to claim an effect from racism. And we need to make up for that. That's all. I don't know what more I have to say. I do want to share this because it's my favorite thing ever. I'm sorry. I can't do it enough. You know, and some people probably aren't like huge fans of it. I get that. But I personally am. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Let me find it. Hold on. Give me a moment, eh? It'll play after this ad. It is my favorite thing ever. I'm sorry. It just really is. Okay. This is just the most fun I ever
That's
have.
about the election. This is about the election. That's about the election. This is about the election. Take it up in the.
It's not the best. I screw that up every time. I don't care.
It's
You know what?
happen, whether you like it or not.
You know, it's
It's
just.
gonna happen, whether you like it or not.
Let me end with it.
Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. And other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind.
They're gonna put you all back in chains.
The first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
It was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputation of two United States senators who built their reputation and career on the segregation of race in this country.
Are you going to apologize like Cory Booker has
Apologize
called
for what? For what?
I mean, seriously, people. Can we wake up a little bit? That's who you've want. That's who you're saying. That's who you're willing to do voter fraud for. I mean, seriously. And this is the fact. Let's keep it real. There's voter fraud. I don't even know if there's not voter fraud on both sides, but the voter fraud that's going on is insane. The fact that they're not allowing people in. I mean, this is pretty insane. Now, if it's a complete lie and we're totally being lied to by Trump and them, wow. That's amazing. I want him as president still because he is the smartest person in the world. If literally this is all being orchestrated by Trump, he is truly the most brilliant human to ever live. Do you realize that? The most brilliant human to ever fucking live. I don't know if you realize that. So wake up to that fact. Wake up. There's no way Trump can be a part of what's going on right here. And there's no way what's going on right here is okay. There is going to be blood in the streets. There is going to be civil war. There is going to be people dying a lot. Get armed. Get ammo. Buy Smith & Wesson. Buy Smith & Wesson. Yeah. Maybe I am invested in Smith & Wesson. So what? No. What I'm saying is, but I mean, what's going on, you guys have to admit, is pretty scary because it could just keep going on and you're going to get what you want and it's not going to be what you want. The Democratic Party in itself is completely split. They don't agree with each other. You have Christians in that party that are not okay with LGBTQ. You have gay men in that party that aren't okay with lesbians. You have white people that don't like black people and black people that don't like white people in that party. That's the Democratic Party. The Republican Party, not so much. Now, Trump-publicans, yeah. Trump-publicans, let me say, not so much. The Republican Party is a different party. We're Trump-publicans. Trump-publicans are the people who supported Trump. We got behind Trump. Trump ran as a Republican because he had to. So he did. We got behind Trump, and there's a ton of people just like me, white, black, Jewish, Hindu, Middle Eastern, Asian, everything else, that are voting Trump. Because we're Trump-publicans. We believe in what he is talking about. We don't follow him endlessly, mindlessly. We're okay with what he's doing as opposed to what any other president has done. We like how frank he is. We like how frank and earnest, where sometimes he's frank, sometimes he's earnest. But no, we like how frank and earnest he is. Up front, unfiltered. We like that. That's what we really wanted. The snowflakes don't fucking want that because they've never liked being told how it is. The hardcore Republicans don't want it because they like being able to be pieces of shit. And the kitty fuckers, they hate it because he's coming after them. But poor people, we're digging them. Poor people were digging Trump. Poor people were getting an opportunity under Trump to start maybe owning houses again and buying shit and going on vacations again. And that's what this voter suppression has taken away. That's what this fraud has taken away. You're going to tell me that all these people voted fucking Republican, red, but they didn't vote Trump. That there was no blue wave, but there was a red wave. And that didn't carry over to push Trump through. That's insane. The only reason there was a red wave was because of Trump. This is complete insanity. There's going to be civil war. There's going to be blood in the streets. That's just a simple fact. People are going to die over this bullshit, over stuff Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, these scumbags, what they've done, and they deserve the worst for this. They're the worst human beings alive. They are literally going to get so many people killed, so many families separated over this. You're ruining an entire country over your selfish, horrible, horrible need to stay in power. You're awful, awful, awful people. The Clintons, Pelosi, Schumer. Again, everyone I just named, their entire family lines are white. You fucking stupid ass sheep. I'm sorry, but it's frustrating. You're fucking sheep. You understand that everybody I mentioned has all white bloodlines? You idiots. Trump doesn't. Trump has a totally convoluted bloodline. Pence does. Pence is a scary looking motherfucker. Don't get me wrong about that. They said, look, Trump, we won't kill you, but Pence is going with you, I think, in the beginning. They said, you're taking Pence, though, because Pence scares the fuck out of me. So, but Trump doesn't have an all-white fucking family line. Trump didn't date all white, but he openly didn't date all white. Not hookers, women. He dated women of all races. Not white women he was dated and was with, and then he fucked hookers. No. I mean, he fucked hookers that were like other colors and Indian women and shit like that, and black hookers like Biden's kid. No. But again, all the people I mentioned, Schumer, all these people, Schiff, Pelosi, Clinton, white bloodlines all the way down the line. You morons. Straight white bloodlines all the way down the line. Straight. Kamala Harris. Rich bloodline. White husband. White stepkids. Dumbasses. You sadden me. That's why it's time for Numerica, guys, and that's why it's time to say, hey, guys, it's not you, it's us. We're going to take Texas and that side. Florida, Texas, that whole fucking thing going up there, heading into New York. Bernie gets Greenland. Fucking Biden's people get Oregon and California and than the fucking Bible. I'll show you one last time. I'm going to share this with you guys. This is Numerica. This is how it works. The liberals get over here. The conservatives, religious, like whether you're Islamic, Christian, Catholic, Pentecostal, you like hardcore, Hasidic, whatever you be. If you're hardcore, you're going to take one of these areas and do your shit, right? If you're a left liberal, you're going to be over here. If you're a Republican, libertarian, moderate, you're over here. The socialists, they're over here. Done, done, and done. Yeah? All right. Let's make this a deal. Let's get it done. Guys, it's time. It is time for Numerica. Numerica. It's better than the shithole that we left. Fuck Biden and Harris can lick my balls from the top to the left. Bye-bye, people. Bye-bye. Hey, Casey. How you doing, love? I'm out of here. Be well. Be good. Be safe, everybody. And remember...
It's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. It's gonna happen, whether you like it or not.